Hello. This is one from the vaults. This video, I cannot believe I didn't realize that it still existed. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of footage of videos that were done. I'll talk about that in another story, but we're on a new laptop and I'm filming in my bed using my phone on QuickTime. This is incredibly uncomfortable. Um, but I wanted to say I'm so sorry that this episode never got out. I didn't even realize that I even still had this. Um, if you don't remember anything about The Neighbours Are Weird, it's not a bad idea to go back and watch it over again, especially that we are in spooky season again. But anyway, without further ado, I will let you watch the rest of this footage. Bye bye. Hello, welcome back. We are finally filming the last ever episode of The Neighbours Are Weird. This is episode 10. If you haven't listened to or watched the first 9, get yourself on over there and check it out. So, number 9. Oh my goodness. Seriously, if you haven't watched the rest, go away. Go away now. Go watch them. So anyway, for those of you who did watch number 9, can you believe he gave up everything for her? Just like that, he gave it all up and he is now her king and they're going to rule. So what is going to happen in episode 10? Oh, I'm so excited. It wasn't the longest one, which I'm really... Part of me loves a really long one, but I also like that it was quite short, so it packed a lot in. So, we have a note from the author at the very beginning. This chapter serves as an optional conclusion to the story. If you enjoyed how the last chapter ended and prefer to leave the interpretation open to your imagination, feel free to stop here. The previous chapter can stand on its own as a fitting conclusion. I agree. In fact, I also thought that about 8. I remember finishing it and thinking, yeah, I like the way this is all sort of wrapped up, but also I wanted more. So, however, for those of you who seek answers or wish to understand the deeper layers of the narrative, this chapter was written to tie up loose ends. It delves into the metaphoric imagery of the last chapter, offering clarity and a final perspective that reframes what Jack believed he saw. I also want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for reading this story and for supporting my dream of becoming a storyteller. Your encouragement means the world to me, and one day I hope to hear this tale brought to life on Creepcast. I hope that for you too. Whether you stop here or choose to read on, thank you for being a part of this journey. With gratitude, Brotato Chip 411. Brianna, I love you. Honestly, amazing work. I want to read number 10. I also want to leave it where it was. I feel like, no, do you know what? I'm going to read this and then I'm going to talk about my thoughts on it. So anyway, Jack believed he had unlocked the universe. He thought his veil had been lifted, his mind opened to a grand and beautiful reality. But the truth was far more insidious. What Jack had mistaken for revelation was in fact deception. The veil had not been removed, it had been drawn tighter, obscuring his vision entirely. Marina had ensnared him, body and soul. She had enchanted him, her every word dripping with poison, her every touch an aphrodisiac. Marina was no ordinary being, she was a Jezebel. One of the highest ranking demons in the infernal hierarchy. Her beauty was a mask, her kindness a weapon, her promises nothing more than traps. What Jack saw as paradise was nothing of the sort. The black rock beneath his feet was not glistening with otherworldly beauty. It was charred stone, darkened by the eternal fires of hell. The glowing pools of red that mesmerised him were the lakes of fire, consuming everything they touched. The figures he thought were elegant beings dancing in their extravagant attire were nothing but damned souls. They weren't dancing, but writhing and convulsing in torment. The hymns Jack had heard so enchanting in his mind were not songs of praise. They were screams, agonised, unending cries of despair. The choir he admired was made up of the tortured, their voices raised not in reverence but in anguish. The tall and lanky ones were demons, the animals that inhabited this world. And yet Jack succumbed. He became what he thought was beautiful, what Marina had promised would fulfill his every desire. He shed his humanity and embraced the form of a demon, his new wings dark as the void, his power seemingly limitless. In his pride, he thought he had transcended, but he had forgotten the truth that even demons understand. Hell is not a home, it is a prison, one from which even the most powerful demons long to escape. Jack had been so blinded by his lust for power, by his curiosity, that he failed to see the trap closing around him. He had turned his back on everything that mattered, on his own children, his family, and the soul God had given him. He had been entrusted with a divine purpose to do good, to love, to serve, but he had abandoned it all. His descent began long before Marina ever found him. It started with his own pride and his thirst for knowledge. Marina was merely the catalyst, the final piece in his undoing. Her seduction was his excuse, but the fault was his own. And so Jack became one of them, a demon, not among the tortured, but still trapped in the same endless inferno. He may have escaped the flames, but he would never escape the despair, the emptiness, the eternal longing for what he had lost. What he failed to realise, what all who fall forget, is that turning away from God always leads to this place. And once here, there is no way back. So, wow. I love how you've neatly just tied that all up, put the pieces together. It's pretty much, I thought he was being deceived. I thought she had killed him and this was him going to hell with her. But I thought it was like a dream initially. I thought maybe we would see more of him realising that. But wow, even the ending of this, I honestly, your writing cannot express how much I just love your writing. And I can't wait to see more. If you are not following Potato Chip 411, guys, you need to get over there to Reddit and follow this writer. She is fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what the next story is. I think I've seen that there's 2 chapters up, so I'm going to go and check those out. But for now, that is the end of the creepy stories. I have a lot more coming with the podcast and everything, but I truly appreciate all 20 of you who are following me so far. We have a lot more to come. Yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and do all the jazz that needs to be done, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.